Welcome to Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. I'll be covering every studio song the band has recorded and every bonus track that I can find. Each week we'll go over a new song from the beginning to where they are currently, and as they keep adding albums, I'll keep adding shows. Let the deep dive party begin.
In the magic garden, some were singing, some were dancing.
Hello and welcome to Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. I am your host, Scott Haskin, and we are cruising through the album Sonic Origami. Came out in 1988, and here is song 2. It is called I Hear Voices. Well, I don't know about you guys, but for some reason, when the music started really kicking in there right before I cut it, I was actually expecting to hear the fast part of The Magician's Birthday. It just had that same setup, you know, without the same sounds, but that same setup for a part like that to come in. But I like this. I like where it's going. I love the openness of it, and then just having those drum fills carry it. We don't hear any count off. We don't hear any hi-hat touching. We don't hear any stick clicks or anything like that. Just the drum fills are kind of leading everything. Everybody's kind of counting on their own so that they know when they're supposed to come in. Really solid playing. Well, that's an interesting effect that they're using on Bernie's voice. A little bit of it is flange and a little bit of his kind of EQ. It almost sounds like he's on the radio instead of in front of the mic where everything is crisp and clear. So that's obviously very intentional, but I like that. I love the riff. I think it's got a great groove to it. It's moving forward. It's just got a good feeling to it. Mixed guitar sounds fantastic on this and shaping up to be another great Uriah Heep song. There's something about this verse that I must not be understanding in the story, which, you know, I've said many times on the show, I'm not a lyric guy. To me, the vocals are an instrument, and I usually hear them more for the sound than the words, although sometimes things do come through. But here he's singing very, not monotone, not catatonic, but there's something. He's not singing with his usual force here. And I have a feeling there's something about the story that I must be missing that would cause him to do that. Because, you know, I've got my hands in my pockets screaming at the wall. You would think that he would deliver that with just such intensity, you know, where you could almost feel his arms and his shoulders just tensing up. But he didn't. He sang it very straightforward with very little emotion. So that there must have been something strategic behind that I'm just missing. And that's okay. You know, maybe the next time I hear the song, I'll catch it, or the time after that, or the time after that, or never. Who knows? But either way, I find it an interesting change of pace because it's not what you would expect from Bernie at all. So I like that. I like that it's something a little bit different. But I like also that, you know, when it comes to the chorus now, of course, he is bringing that power that we've come to expect from him. And with such a great riff and rhythm backing him, that had to be hard to kind of hold back and not really drive hard like he's used to. I would think that would have been a challenge, you know, but that's just me.
I've got to run to be free, break the chains from my heart. from the heart. You can offer me salvation, meet me when I call. Don't talk to me of sanity when I'm not quite here.
Well, I don't know why this didn't dawn on me earlier. And it's funny, I said maybe I'll figure it out later. But of course, being I Hear Voices, maybe he's singing as the voices or as the, entity that's causing them or something. I don't know. But that would make a lot more sense. Typically, if you're going to cover a dark theme or a horror theme, I've heard bands do that before. I've probably done something like that at one point or another. But I like the sound of it. I like that they left some of that flange on there during the chorus. It's a great vocal, though. I love the sound of it. It's very much in contrast to what I'm used to hearing from the band. So it's very pleasantly surprising, but still has a lot of power to it. And also through that chorus, I'm pretty sure when Lee switches to the ride cymbal from the hi-hat, I'm pretty sure I'm hearing him still keep the rhythm on the hi-hat pedal. I can't be positive because it's not really cutting through, but I'm getting like little faint whispers of it. So I think he might be playing that way as well. I think Mick was really giving those tuning pegs a run for their money on this one. Very good grinding solo. Really, again, stayed within the song and just felt really good. I really like that. I don't think he could have written anything that fit better. And of course, we've got the organ filling in the sides there, just adding so much more depth and interest to the song. And, as always, Phil's playing is great. It's kind of hard to hear, but Trevor's doing some nice runs on the bass, especially between the lines there. Another solid performance. I mean, you wouldn't expect anything less. Another nice abrupt end. I love that sound coming in, sweeping up the runway there at the end. Very cool. But I think it's a great song. I think there's a lot of just great playing and passion in this one. And I really dig it. Another great song from Uriah Heep, I have to say. I love the feel of it. I love the motion of the song. The whole thing kept a good groove through from start to finish. Once the music took off, it really didn't stop. And there was some great changes in there, some great transitions, and a really interesting vocal on this one. So I don't know. I hope that you guys liked the song as much as I did. And that'll do it for today's episode, folks. We will be back tomorrow for our Friday episode if you're listening to this in real time. And if you're not listening to this in real time, well, the episode's probably already ready. So you guys can check it out. We'll be covering Perfect Little Heart on the next show. That sounds really sweet after all these evil voices, doesn't it? You guys take care. Have a wonderful night. Cheers. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. If you have enjoyed this show, please consider going over to Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast outlet, leaving a rating or a review. Be sure to subscribe to make sure that you are notified when new episodes are available. Please be sure to share this podcast with your fellow Uriah Heep enthusiasts and anyone who you think would like Uriah Heep, which should be everyone. And if you are so inclined, please feel free to contribute to the Patreon account. And if you are not a Patreon subscriber, you can also pay through the PayPal link on the website listed in the show links below. I would also like to thank Uriah Heep for their very generous support of the show, and thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Happy days!